The cabin lights dimmed, the low hum of the engines filling the silence that followed the captain's voice. Ladies and gentlemen, we're expecting some turbulence as we approach the outer bands of Hurricane Melissa. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. Josie gripped the armrest so tightly, her knuckles turned white. Just hours ago, she'd kissed her newborn goodbye for the first time since his birth, leaving him safely with Kelton and her mom. She was supposed to be on a simple flight to Florida for a quick family event, a few days away, a little breather. But as the clouds darkened outside her window, something inside her chest began to twist and ache. Her heart pounded against her ribs, sharp and uneven. Her breath came fast, too fast. Her vision blurred at the edges. It wasn't just turbulence she was fighting, it was herself. The baby blues had been haunting her since she'd given birth 2 months ago, but this was different. The moment the plane started to shudder, she felt it all at once. The guilt of leaving her baby, the exhaustion that sleep never seemed to fix, the unspoken fear that maybe she wasn't enough. She tried to close her eyes and breathe, just like the therapist told her. In for 4, out for 6. But her chest wouldn't expand. The air felt thick, heavy, unkind. A tear slipped down her cheek. Not here. Not now. The plane jolted, and passengers gasped. A toddler cried somewhere behind her. A flight attendant, steady and calm, walked the aisle checking belts. Josie pressed her hand to her heart, whispering under her breath, "Jesus, please, please help me." Outside the window, lightning flashed. Brief, brilliant, terrifying. The clouds churned like gray oceans. She could feel every cell in her body screaming for safety, for control, for ground beneath her feet. "Are you okay?" a soft voice asked beside her. Josie turned. It was an older woman, maybe in her 60s, with kind eyes and a cross pendant around her neck. I can't breathe," she stammered, her voice trembling. "I think I'm having a panic attack." The woman nodded gently, placing a warm hand over Josie's. "Then you just focus on my voice, sweetheart. You're safe. You're right here." Josie tried to match her breathing. The woman inhaled slowly, exhaled slower. "That's it," she said quietly. "You're not alone. You're gonna get through this." Something about the steadiness of her tone cut through the chaos. The baby cries, the thunder, the pressure, all of it dimmed for a moment. She focused on the rhythm. Inhale, exhale, hold, release. Her heart began to slow. The tears still came, but softer now. A quiet surrender. "First time away from your little one?" Josie nodded, pressing her lips together. "He's only 2 months. I didn't think it would be this hard." "Oh, honey," the woman smiled knowingly. "It's always hard. You don't stop being a mother just because you're in the clouds." Josie let out a shaky laugh through her tears. "I feel guilty for leaving him, like I'm supposed to be strong and grateful, but sometimes I just feel broken." "That's not broken. That's love. Real, messy, beautiful love. You've given your whole self to that little boy, your body, your time, your heart. Now you're finding your way back to yourself. It's okay to be scared along the way." Josie wiped her eyes. Outside, the clouds began to thin. The turbulence softened, replaced by soft streaks of sunlight breaking through the gray. The pilot's voice returned, calm and reassuring. "We've made it through the worst of it, folks. We'll be landing shortly." Josie exhaled deeply, the first real breath she had taken in hours. When the plane finally touched down, applause broke out among the passengers. But Josie stayed quiet, tears glistening in her eyes for an entirely different reason. The woman squeezed her hand one last time. "Remember, storms always pass, even the ones inside us." Josie smiled weakly. "Thank you." As they stood to disembark, she reached for her phone, her fingers trembling as she opened the photo of her baby. Tiny hands, rosy cheeks, blue blanket. The sight of him made her heart swell and ache all at once. "I'm coming home soon, my little boy. Mommy is okay now." By the time she stepped off the plane, the humid Florida air hit her face, warm, thick, alive. The world felt new again. She still didn't have all the answers. The exhaustion would still come, and so would the tears. But somewhere between the storm clouds and the landing strip, she realized something powerful. She wasn't weak for feeling this way. She wasn't failing. She was healing. Because sometimes healing doesn't come quietly. Sometimes it looks like sitting through the turbulence, heart racing, breath shaking, and trusting that the storm won't last forever. As she walked towards baggage claim, she looked up at the sky. The last edges of Hurricane Melissa were fading into gold. She smiled to herself. "You tried to break me," she whispered to the wind, "but all you did was remind me how strong I am." And for the first time in weeks, she believed it.